at the honest conversation with
Molweni bantu abahle, igama lam ndinguVuyiseka Maguga, also known as Love Child, and these are eKhaya Conversations. I'm with my host, igama lakhe nguZingisa Maziko. Thank you for doing this with me, because andiyazi uba benzawuthini if you were not here to help me do this, because you know izinto that I've been struggling with, yabo, in trying to make sure about these conversations they happen. So today we are at the Athenaeum. Elgama libetha abantu abaninzi. Abanye bathi Athenaeum. Abanye bathi hey, even naxa ibhalwa. I remember when I had my first show here, the guy wayesenzelile into poster, we had to basimane sijikisa poster after nina go Athenaeum lo. Go Athenaeum.
You didn't have a kwan.
Yeah, kwan ya research. Aphinda faka I somewhere. It's like, bro, there's no I bayana. Go Ate na E-U-M.
Hey, buza ba right was as a teacher. Kubuza biswa buka standard 2
and then,
with English.
Yeah.
Beautiful.
Yeah, that's how I used to ungaya magama. I remember ndandifunda standard 3 and standard 3. Grade 5.
Hey, wetani maze mna standard 2 grade 1.
Form bani kwabanye.
But
yeah, ndandifunda standard 3 and my mom wayendithengele a dictionary and this other backpack leather. I still remember it nangoku.
You had a leather backpack. Was standard 3
for 19.
People had to wait until they were in high school for those.
Yeah,
I never got one.
No,
and
my mom.
They only got me some other material that looked like the backpack looked like the ones. But it was cool. It was cool. Don't laugh.
Yeah, you pleather for the nicho.
No, it was not pleather. The other material. No, I know pleather. Yeah, as soon as I allow it. No, the material. What? I don't remember. Let me check. But this material, ibi landuka man, ibi engeyongxowa, ingeyo plastic or leather, but ibi qinile.
Okay.
Whatever material it was, because Nompumelelo has always been smart.
Yeah.
I mean, when she couldn't afford the leather backpacks that were in fashion at the time, what way, and I was happy with it. It was gray and black. I remember.
Mine was
standard
3.
Yeah, went.
Yeah, why brown and cream. So she bought me this dictionary and then mostly Dala Oxford, it was this big book. So the only time I would see Oxford a library okanye eskolweni office staff room. So Wendy bought me this cute Oxford dictionary. And so I was so obsessed with it in such a way I would demand difunda magama. So obviously, because the albona igama, I didn't know how to pronounce it. So for me, bamandil I would be beautiful, st on. What? Be
You talk like
peace. Yeah, also I would do bone ngolo hlobo and I think even nangoku when I type I don't let my keyboard ilenduk even if igama likhona I
so spelling wena
yeah
this emagqabini
yeah no
if the competition is spelling bee likhona at the time
but bengazovunya ndithi be
no but to memorize the words
so bekusafuneka ndifunde ukuspela in English. And because obviously I know the definitions of this words.
That's what I mean.
Yeah.
It's another tactic.
Yeah.
To memorize.
So yeah, a lot of people have been struggling with igama le Athenaeum, and even nangoku there was someone who bekupe something wabhala nqa Yeah, Joel Kama.
They're still getting it wrong.
Yeah.
They should come to you.
But I think overall, I have a good history with this place.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Like, I am even getting emotional, like, just thinking about it, because I just came into the music scene, and I have always been someone that fights for my thing. So ideas and so now, I did a 2015. I launched my brand. Kwindawo ekuthiwa by Chisanyama. Now,
What brand is this? Love Child?
Yeah. Now, kuse S2E13. Yeah, so back then it was Ipai Chisanyama. So I launched my brand there. People pulled through. I looked nice. Everything was proper. And then with the fire that I have, I became surrounded with the people that abafuna climb on this and also want to push this to the furthest when it can get.
Like a collaboration?
Yeah.
Okay.
And I was always for that, Yabona. And so one of the people that pushed for this thing, Yabona, was Uyakim. And so he was like, Athenaeum.
Did he get the name right?
I know he got that right. Yeah, well, we can call it the Love Avenue.
Wow.
And I was like, I know, cool. And then I had Danqikiswa Ngomyumfana. I don't know if I should mention
So
him.
you could have easily been your manager.
Yeah, he's good at that. I don't know. I wish he can see Londole, but he's very good. Number one, he has an eye for a talent, and number two, he can tell, like
He can profile.
Yeah, he can profile an artist
Because I remember
easily.
you telling me Ilanduka, your first profile.
Yeah,
it was written by him.
And I really wish he can understand that about him, and then I land and see where.
Because it's never too late.
No, it's never too late.
It's never.
It's never too late. So he was like, let's do a show. No. And then I was and then so I was like, I've always been gay umdo ndiyatandi hope nje ndifuna if I don't if I succeed alone, I understand, which there is absolutely nothing wrong with that. I think because sharing is caring. Yeah, I understand that.
You're only hurting yourself because people don't receive as they given.
Yeah. Okay, don't give as they receive.
No, they don't receive as they given. Bakhetha ukuthatha by languyisebenzisela igama, like umuntu angayi appreciate into ayinikiweyo okanye ayithathe agibisele ngaye ebusweni.
Yeah.
So you give with your heart. That's what I mean. But they don't receive with the same energy.
Yeah.
They take it for granted.
So I was like, bro, awufungwenza fashion show. Come, let's do a fashion show. Kuilenduka, a show in yam. And we organized models. And we did the thing, and the attendance wasn't much. Number one, because it was still very early for me to showcase in such a big stage. Because not only...
Where was this now?
At the main theatre. No, at the main theatre.
Athenaeum.
It was a sold-out show. Because I think... So they knew, but I would sing for them. So they want to say, oh, really, you took it that far? We're coming to see. And so here... Dalanduka kenda the showcase people babambala, and we had our MC was the late Nqonsonqa, a poet. So I felt like, despite I was early and then Safika in the industry, me performing in such a big stage, I wasn't ready. I wasn't strong enough. I wasn't the quality of my songs weren't strong enough because
You didn't think they fitted Ilanduka a big stage at the time?
because I needed to do more intimate stuff and dun and dun.
Okay.
Yeah, and until okay, I'm ready now to showcase kwindawo enje enkulu. That's why I think even with the artists that I work with, it's growth gradually. You can't go from this point to that point. There are levels is in between.
Stages that one needs to go through.
One needs to but as agqithe kuzo before ayofika pha phezulu. And so with the artists that ensebenza nazo ngoku, I make sure I don't make the same mistakes that I made for Remna, because sometimes senza when something is good, it doesn't mean it's God's, yabo. It doesn't mean it's God's purpose for your life at that time. But either way,
When you feel it's good, but it's not God.
Yeah. So one thing about God is that we have been given the free will to do whatever that we want. Yeah, and because He is a faithful and gracious God, uye akufundise a lesson of whatever that ndo ozifumanise ukuyo noba uzifake
Noba uzifake ngokwakho.
ngokwakho. I understand. So I learned that lesson. But okay, growth needs to be gradually, not. But I don't need to. Yeah, I don't need to.
But what about
jump.
these artists zona bangathi umuntu usandofika, but yet they already shooting for the stars?
The thing is,
and then they called industry plants type of
do
thing.
you remember my friend Don from
the guy from
Morgan's Bay, from
Bay.
England? Yeah. Udon once said to me, but there's a guy he knows. Oh, he's been doing music for 20 years, and then galanyaka with 20 was signed, wakupa is single A1, and he was like, I don't wanna do this anymore. And a lot of people were like, hey, one hit wonder. And he was like, no, I've been doing this for
20 years. Just that you guys didn't know me.
Yeah, I understand.
So are you quite artist?
I don't think so, honestly.
So where is the phenomenon here, Landuka, industry plant? It's just people hating.
No, I don't even think it's people hating, but it's people saying what they see, because at the end of the day,
They don't have enough information.
Because even Tyler being called an industry plant, this person has been doing music, but when are you?
Bonus a few videos of her in high school.
You understand?
Singing
to
her friends.
So I don't think ukumtu ovukayo atiba.
I'm gonna be a star.
Yeah.
Oh, but you said that when you saw it with news still.
But I didn't wake up and I went to show a Sunbed Theatre.
Okay.
Yeah, I understand. So and then years later, I kept on coming here like, yo, Dala, it was nice. Athenaeum. We had Wi-Fi, and it was like an office for a lot of artists for free. We would come here, connect to Wi-Fi for free, and whatever that you need to do, information, because a lot of artists is dibana app. So if there's an application, you.
So it was also a
hub.
It was a forever networking session.
Every single day. Every single day.
It was for free.
Yeah. And we could even use this place for free. And I understand it now. There was also a group, I think, Asanda Mlata. There was a thing, the Friends of the Athenaeum.
Wow.
Yabo, and I don't know, no, but it wasn't explained kakuhle na. But when I look back, ngoko, I think we were supposed to invest back into this thing, yeah, because at the end of the day,
Karenin.
yeah, yabo, because if you book indawo, it's a lot of money. I understand. So we were supposed, Jabatina, we would get it for free. We were supposed to basil and supply back and see about what is
The importance of the place to artists.
Instead of us just saying, the show is sponsored by MPDA and not go deeper than that. Can you take us coming here, be comfortable, be Wi-Fi unlimited?
But isn't that the norm when people are given stuff for free in the bar? By tate for granted, but they're supposed to be getting this free stuff. Isn't?
Yeah, Bona, you are reminding me of something I was listening to earlier today. Ezinye izinto bekuthethwa ngayo, bekuthethwa about toxic traits and the difference between being toxic and being imperfect.
Okay.
Yabo. So the difference between being toxic involves greed, manipulation. You just want things. You can't take no for an answer. Whereas when someone says no for whatever
you must respect their no.
Yeah, and it doesn't mean I'm a hater or my pele whatever is dibanisayo, and also wanting things kuwe all the time. Obviously, the other person is out, because we are trainer. You are taking.
I always associate it with because there's always going to be jealousy involved. The minute you don't want other people to prosper, you only want winner for winner.
Yeah, definitely. So I did another show here. I was launching I did a music video premiere.
Hey, good.
I think I not even I think I know, but I was the first person to do that. Yeah, in PE, and I suggested it for abanye bantu, and bayenza bayibona nokwabo impact yabo. It's just that group ke ibini yayine challenges zayo, and yeah. And then it goes back to Lennon about being toxic and being imperfect. It was not an imperfect group, but there were toxic traits that were involved, where one person wanted his zindo for themselves, but whatever the group does, iphume andayena, which...
What, were you involved with a group? Or
No.
This was specifically for them?
No, I just gave them the idea, and I saw this idea could do growth yabo as a group is out.
I see.
But growth zange yenzeke ke ngoku because there was
not one person that wanted to hold everything.
So it was not they were imperfect, but they had toxicity.
Apple.
Yeah, and yeah, we too. Yeah, but which boils down to what I wanted us to talk about today. Friendships. I believe, but I don't have friends. Because we are trying to go together. No,
Kaloko, the reason Dinting is because you're getting your chance to explain that statement, because I don't get it.
Yeah.
But yeah.
I
don't
think
wanna pazamisa you.
I think there's a bantu in our lives abafikayo baphinde bahambe. I think friendship is something that ends.
And that's why you don't have
That's why dingen as friends. That's why even the people that have a life in him, my connection with them, I determine by us talking to each other every day.
which is what you define friendship as.
Yes. Yeah, but these people, I can't even call them my friends. I don't. But if basengxakini, they can always contact me. And the nicest thing about you and this connection that I have with these people is that we might not speak mhlambi for months. And mhlambi achinche number, but on that day achincha ngaye number. Also, yeah, on my social media, it's either they send me an inbox or bathatha number yam phayana and then man textele ku WhatsApp ba extend chinche number. Yabo,
so
that's
you
deeper.
don't call them friends.
No.
They are connections.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I get it. It's just that I've always called the two people that are close to me. Actually, they're not two.
Yeah.
That I can call my friends. And that's exactly how it is. We don't speak for days, not because asivani.
Yeah.
Everyone is busy in their own lives, but when we do speak, ibangathi besincokola izolo. And akho ukubuza uba ngayo uba ayibo kutheni ngayo.
Yeah.
And there was a time when I got the job to a Pretoria, Telecom, people expected me to call them every day because I had access to a phone.
Yeah.
And I remember
Telecom.
exactly, of which it doesn't happen.
Yeah.
You're not there to abuse the company resources, but people don't get that. So when I went there was this expectation, and then that's when I realized, hey man, there's a difference between friends, like true friends, and people that are just occupying space to get stuff from you.
Yeah.
People abakubangayo, abakubangisayo. Great, like if you wanted to call, like uthetha nami, wanganifonela wena. Uyayibona lana. So kwahluzeka ngela xesha elifeni yami. And it was uncomfortable for me at first because I didn't understand it. Because I was in my early 20s. But in the so yeah. So when you call them connections.
Yeah, they my connections, man. I really can't call them friends. Because I think
I get it though.
One of my favorite things about Bona is that no one says mhlambi ndifone mna okanye yena phone ba say grandma can uqinisa abantu ba 500 okanye hey ndisengxakini, can you call someone okanye kuthi hey ndasekhaya usesibhedlele and I can't go kwathini. And so when those things happen and no one says between mna nam, no one says bye xa ufuna uye boardwalk uyotya breakfast boardwalk uhamba neetshomi zakho then xa usengxakini.
That would be so petty. I don't want that with Abandaba close home.
Yeah.
The minute it gets to that, then I don't think we're supposed to be in each other's lives. Because already you're proving to be heavy. So for izinto ezinjalo kum yazi bazivele zizidissolve without me having to say anything. Ivele iphele.
Yeah.
Because the minute it feels heavy, ingathi uba uvela bona ba mntanami yasinto ethi ndimothulele lo mntu.
Which is in most cases abantu. Yeah. Abantu bayakwazi.
Strangely enough, I call these people my friends when you call them connections, but we never call each other friend.
And I
once mentioned that to me, but why must you sing like a city? Must be Zanacho. It was so strange hearing that word out of her mouth because we never called each other that ever.
And even people about when someone says to me, "Hi Chomi," I know ba. I know ba.
A negative connotation to it. Also, the over familiarity.
I
don't like that. This is shop you call it Micho. Service. Like we can be friendly. I don't mind, but the over familiarity makes me uncomfortable.
Yeah. So I think talking about we can be friendly, there's a huge difference between being friendly and being friends with people. Yeah, but you can I think I'm the friendliest person you ever met in the whole world.
And as a result, people take you for their friend.
And
Is that what you mean?
Yeah.
Oh.
There's someone Goku and that's I was like, I think so and so ucho miam. But
Kukhona umntwana wakhe waposta a sister, a younger sister of my childhood friend. Waposta something like I got it after Nifunema. Hey, there's people I've been friends with, but they haven't been friends with me. I was like, I got so sad for her.
It is. I think so too. Because yeah, but it's yeah.
That's so sad.
It is. Even because when I realized that, I was worried. Ba, I shame man, I want to feel anjani. So I had to work on myself to nam dibe show me yalomt, and then being
but
friends
you don't
with
have
them.
friends.
I don't have friends.
That's very confusing.
Look, I am friendly with this person.
But you are a friendly person general. So it's not specific to this person.
There's levels of friendliness.
I see.
So this level, it went, we can work together. And then, Jeba Seven's song, fikelela to a point where it felt like every time they contact me, they want something. And I think these people that I have connections with, abanye I have businesses with. I work
business with.
Yabo, I work with them, and even when I'm gonna be friendly, but I'm not gonna be familiar.
You don't have to be friends with the person just because.
Yes, but I'm gonna be friendly. If you need me to do something extra, if I can, I will do it. But if I can't, I'll suggest someone to, or I'll suggest eat something.
You being kind. You're just being kind.
Yeah. So ndizawuzamba mayilungiseke whatever. I'm gonna come with ideas. I'm gonna come with phone numbers and don't know. But if I can't, but if I can, then I will go that far. And I think this has happened to me over in even almost life in such a way. I had a thing people come and go in my life, and I let them go. And I remember when I was younger, this person I was friends with. Remember, the Thai friendships, the yamas pale.
Okay.
So this person I was friends with, one paleli letter and telling me they don't akafuni bangumjita ngoku. And I'm like,
wait, you have to back up. You can't just say that and just
also
wait. Utatuthi bakafuni bangumjita.
Because mna ndidlala ibhola, so akafuni uba tomboyish anymore, and ke ngoku check this person udibane nam ndizikhonzela uThixo wam.
I was living life here.
Ndi-right, ndizinxibela loo nto ndifuna uyinxiba, ndi-grand. And then
this person is a woman or
and then
a girl child at the time because you were kids. So yena be-actor ngola hlobo because feel uba ungumjita.
Apparently. Okay. This was news to me when I got the letter. So, and then wadibana nam, and because
she must have been really confused.
She was, because I'm a very friendly person. I met abazali bakhe nabantwana bakokwabo abancinci and these people, they love me, and ke ngoku nje bendibhalela lento abakumane ukubuza ba wayaphi uStiga. And then she writes me this, and then I'm like, oh, okay.
Okay. Also, you didn't know about you were umjida.
I'm like, okay. And then when I met this person, I think it was the Sunday after the
letter.
Yeah, it was Sunday. Then Tichibane na ike hamba nabanu basengonzweni yakhe. And then abantwana, hey, Stega, I'm like, you're right. Because I'm generally a friendly person.
And
so
then the friend.
and Naya Waklendo. And I'm like,
okay. Confusing, but okay.
But yeah. But so I always had that. I always had people that abakhona elifini yami for a season and for a certain reason. Yeah, understand? And even if the low reason, it's me learning something from them, okay? It's them learning something from me. Yeah, but and because during that time, when I look back now, I see, but this even in relationships, same thing. Yeah, but that mentality, people come and go in my life, and I let them go. Like I'm not someone that holds on to people that are not meant to be in my life.
You should never be.
That's why.
Otherwise, now you're gonna become toxic.
Yeah, so that's why me saying, "Ba, I have connections more than friendships with these people because these connections, we do businesses together. I know, ba, if I'm friends with someone utungayo, then let me buy your stuff. I'm definitely gonna market.
Intentional about it.
Yabona it, and then omnyati batonga man kanxibe yabo. Then you market kanye hayi manje uthenga ilapho zakwenzela into ethile. Yabo, and so lack growth because I've never been someone that believes in doba funeka kuwine mna ndodwa. It's always
also when
been,
your community kaloku is filled with all these these elements. I'm calling them elements because it's people that are doing ezizinto within a scope se business yakho. Can you imagine a situation where all of you guys as connections, because you don't have friends,
connectors,
as connections, like is it connected business-wise as well? You're not just connected emotionally, where you're pouring into each other's personal lives. You're actually pouring into each other nange business. Because omnye uyi-chef wenza events uzoqesha yena. Omnye wenza ginger. Of course, the beverages.
There's no way I'm gonna look outside.
Omnye wenza catering. Uyayibona lanto ihlangane omnye wenza videography, graphic designer. Can you imagine a table when you're hosting your connections, all of these professions or all of these service providers as you guys are? Yonke lento lapha. Can you imagine when nisenza a function like that? Would be such a beautiful thing, and inonke niyawina from one event.
Yeah, that's. I think that's like ngondi kula. I'm realizing ezo zinto zinjalo, and the reason why I don't hold on to people is that I believe I'm living a purposeful life. I came on earth for a certain purpose. Therefore, I'm living a purposeful life. So, if bangabandizao, I'm not gonna let go of people that are meant by mabanga biko. There's gonna be drama as I'll create tech, and then drama to me, it's a distraction.
It is. It is.
Yeah, but it's distraction. And I remember when I think I was 2 years in or a year in the Tengisa ginger, and so because before the dibane na babantu that made me ndiyeke ukuyithengisa ngola hlobo. Yeah, endandiyimaketha ngayo. I was like all over.
Like
Maxaki, if ndiya eDwesi, I know bakhe
Funny no,
Maxaki.
did you 80 liters?
A day, yeah. So now Maxaki, danon. Ginger, uthini? Ikazwide ndiyazi ba if kukho umuntu othe ufuna utshintsha Maxaki, ndizaqala ngalowa useDwesi and then walk to Maxaki. If kukho umuntu othe osezwide othe ufuna utshintsha, I'm gonna walk from eMaxaki to eZwide and ndizawalka ke ngoku ndiyotsho endlini because I'll be closer.
Yeah, already closer.
Yeah, but so with that, like I'm all over and people are like boom, boom, boom. Yeah, but supporting this thing. And then so this lady contacts me, yeah, man, but change and so why is or something? Yeah, I can, no problem. So nyan, this is a change. And then apatale, yabo. And then she would call Mhlambi, because abantu aba closer to where she stays would buy from Yena, which I didn't mind because
you are a supplier when we
yes, I already got my profit in Yongeland. So whatever yenza ginger, it's up to them. Yeah, bo. And which is the reason why I didn't mind even pa edikeni. Yeah, abeke indo yake because now I'm just selling the product. What you do with the product after that, it's totally up to you. So I'm on a phone. On Tuesday. Ginger on Wednesday, Thursday, because Friday, Saturday, Sunday, business was able, yeah. And so I come this, and then it got to a point where ginger on Thursday. We are free with Tuesday the following week. And so I'm like,
you're talking about the restaurant owner. Hey,
and so I sell chinchi beer. So whether you take 2 liter 1, or can you take 2 liters 20?
Every customer is important.
Yeah.
Yeah, condos are 20 rand every day, manusma. Ingredients.
Yeah.
And
so this person, yeah. So now ndimxela bajonga business yam uyayiphazamisa ngoku because numbers don't make sense. Yeah, yabo. Because now kukho imali engekafiki but i-stocks imkile. Yabo, so numbers zam as 8 and now kukho izinto that I can't do for my business because of the yabo. And so a problem started there. And then she started love bomber. Fridge.
No, I couldn't.
Like,
no.
Bro,
just
200
pay for stock. Let's leave the other unnecessary love bombing because we're not in a relationship, romantic relationship here. We're in a business relationship. When we demand a supplier, just pay for your supply. That's it. Don't complicate it.
Like, bro, just give me and I think
that was a lie even.
Yeah, no, definitely. Definitely. Because 200. Yeah. Because wayefuna that thing yoba bona abantu bayathanda abantu ingathi bakwenzela ifavor, so I should feel ingathi mina undenzela ifavor. How uzandithengela ifridge lo
businessini
mazikabe zihambe ezi-2000.
For the mere fact that this person in New York that Chaiba mau supply ginger, it meant but they needed you just like you needed them.
Yeah.
Because kaloku kuwe imali kuye si-stock semali, whatever else they're gonna be doing with the change. Ingaskiphele manje bantwini that thing yocinga famba xana sibhizineselana together with someone is to yazi ndicinga leni ba even nakwezi case so babe sasekhe sarenta kwenyindlu la mama treated us ingathi usenzele ifavor.
Yeah, kodwa uyayidinga le mali
sidinga indawo yohlala udinga imali rent. As a result, when we didn't pay that last month kuba sephuma, she now missed the rent
Yeah,
money.
that's why
Meaning
ngingabhatalanga.
she needed the money. So akho umuntu ebhizinisini wenzela omnye favor.
Yeah. So I was
abantu
like,
bakaThixo.
bro, like just give me. And ke ngoku, I think I've always had a problem with someone who ozakwenza ngathi ukwenzela ifavor. Yabo. So and so ixesha lahamba, and then she ndamxelela uba jongo ndaphinda ndathetha uba
Uyandikhwalelisa, man.
and then wathumela i-voice note uba hayi bendicinga fanuba usebenzisa ezinye imali then ezi zam imali ezibhetere
Imali
uyazigcina
ebhetere,
for
200.
so nathi kuwe bani 20 rand ne-200 ziyafana kum
Imawo xa ibhetere kutheni angayibhatali.
yabo ba ndiyazigcina so ndithi kuyotsho you can't tell me how to run my business yabo eyam ibhizinesi ngu-ina ethe
So ebefuna noba i-business coach yakho kuyo yonke le nto.
yabo so eyam business it's
Ina-ethe
ndikunika le way ifunayo undinika le mali whether it's a service okanye it's a product.
And I think wethu kwaleni ba iye ifikelele kwinto yoba ube kanti awuyifumani immediately imali yakho. Was you being friendly?
And ke ngoku yabona that's when I realized on the last day ndisiya phaa kuyo ndisisijinja I told her about no I need my money now yabo and wayikhupha and then wathi because ngela xesha I didn't charge for a delivery. I charged now for a delivery. So that time I didn't charge for a delivery, and then she said to me hayi imanza kunika imali uqokelela 50 cents like isenti yabona I felt like she was disregarding me, disrespecting me during that ila xesha waqokelela imali and because I'm friendly, I'm nice, wayifaka kuyi-money bag and then wanika hayi ukuba ukhwele suka apho uyotsho endaweni ethile and then ulento and I was like I don't charge for a ginger for a purpose.
Because imali yakho
yokhwela we're still
you don't
I
need
would
it from
make
her.
my
You just
lentuk.
need her to pay.
Yeah,
for
and still
each
I'd
ginger
make my profit
Yeah.
even if ndikhwele to deliver kwezi ndawo. And so she wanika le mali and then because I try to be or not even try because I'm a drama-free person. Like you would talk crap about me on social media and because I'm waiting for you to come to me uzothetha ba kwathini and then
It's a mature thing to do. Like,
yabo.
I mean, uzabuya sonke saphuselana uyawusheka nawe
Yeah.
njengaba bagcwise social media umuntu ephendula yonke into le.
Yeah, but which ke ngoku it always goes back to ba I'm living a purposeful life, therefore I cannot deal with the distractions. I'm living a purposeful life, therefore I cannot deal with the distractions. And drama is an distractions.
them,
Yabo. So I left then ndaphuma nale mali and then so le mali wayidibanisa nale ye-ginger. Yeah, but I think it was 400. Wadibanisa le ye-ginger nala muhangalala. And then I took le mali ndakhupha le ingamaphepha ndayifaka esipajini sam and I did a silent prayer ndathi bawo ndicela udibana nomntu oyidingayo le mali apha endleleni okanye ndizayifaka edrainini yabo. And nyani, as I walked down I met this guy ohamba nge-crutches. Sister, don't you have 2 rand, man? I was like, okay, God, I see you. And ndamnika. And that made me feel good. And indlela wayebulela ngayo.
Because it means la mali.
Because
like you felt disrespected and disregarded. It had nothing to do with
definitely. No.
I hope you
No.
know that,
I know,
right?
no. I know that.
Because it has everything to do with the kind of a person that she is.
Yeah. And then after that, wayenza eyakhe ginger. And then
Abantu bamane bezokroba.
bafona abantu. Exactly.
Wait,
Usenza ginger but ndiyayeke. Ndiyeke last month.
ayabakala.
Okay, no. Sibana worry. Disefave you ne. So where can we meet? Okanye jonga xa niseze lokushini. Sawuza nizothenga ginger.
From
Bay 5 so
from
that
his supply.
zizonhlala.
Because I
So that's this one.
Ima, did you really think about people won't notice the difference? Hello, kaban bayasazi stuff sab.
Yeah.
Ufana nezindawo ufike after ixesha like about 11 p.m. ufike they watering down the alcohol. Like you're not gonna know. You I had a big fight with this manager in one of the restaurants. He waterishe down in wine. Baphela besiza the whole bottle when I proved it to them. You know your stuff.
Yeah. So yeah, man, I think the being friendly and being friends and having connections, it's all things that esizizo singabantu bonke. It's just that ingaske siphathane kahle.
I was about to say, but it's all relationship.
Yeah.
It's how you treat each other as people. You just need to treat each other well. You're supposed to treat each other the way you want to be treated. It's a rule of life. Nandi Tatba is the most simple thing. Like this is the most simplest thing.
Yeah.
I ding we school weni. I dingo uyifundiswa koweni. It's supposed to be into okhulu. In fact, uphuma nje sibele kwenzika ama wakho. Uphuma naye because it stems from uthando. That is it. If sonke singabantu besi operator from that point. To be kuzabalula. Chi.
Yeah, ne?
Njengoba ngoku ngathi kufuneka ifundiswe.
Yeah. Otherwise, as pendule yonke into. Yeah, because I think part of being toxic is you going around speaking ill of people and then
only because you couldn't take someone standing up to you for the wrongdoing you did. Awufuni unqandwa.
Yeah.
Really.
Yeah. So masingabini ngabantu. Otherwise, that is it for today. Yeah. I think that's what we've been saying. Almost.
Because in the last time we were like, you respect other, like it's supposed to come. The thing is for me, it's supposed to come natural. I don't understand why I don't get it.
Yeah.
I'm an aban baba not hand.
Yeah. Let's love one another. Otherwise, kamalam denguvu ise kama kuga. This is Zingisama Ziko. Thank you so much for the love. Thank you for Ugosbona and see what we are trying to do with these conversations. See you on the next one. Siyabulela kakhulu. Unongala ngasemlanjeni.